Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks very much for joining me this morning for this presentation showing you the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company, Wizard Systems, can help you with any CRM project there. Now, we run these short presentations normally every Friday, and we focus on different aspects of CRM and the workbook system. And today we're going to look a little bit more closely at Workbooks integration with Outlook. Now, this presentation will be approximately 30 minutes or so it's just a fairly basic session. Every company uses CRM in different ways. Everyone's got different requirements, and I wouldn't have enough time this morning to go over all of the extensive features of Workbooks. So after this presentation, if you want to explore Workbooks in more detail with just us, you and your colleagues, then we'd love to organize more of a one-to-one session with you, and we can go over your specific needs. Now, also on the call today, and we've got about 35-40 people on the call. I know, looking down through the list, there's some people already trialing Workbooks. Some people are also trialing the Outlook integration. And some have never seen it before, so excuse me if I'm going over some old information you may already know. I've got to go at the speed of the slowest, so to speak. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. Your microphone is on mute. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to type those into the question section on your meeting control panel. You might have seen that lurking somewhere in the top right corner of your screen, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end of the session. I'll just read out your first name, by the way, so to protect your identity. So please, as you think of those questions, type them in there. Now, also, this session is being recorded. After the presentation, you'll receive an automatic email with a link to the recording, which you can share with your colleagues, and we'll most likely put it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started then. Just a brief mention before we get into details about ourselves. My company, Wizard Systems, we're an independent reseller of CRM systems. CRM is all we do. We've done this for a long time now. We've implemented nearly 3,000 systems all over the UK and further afield. And with Workbooks, as you might have gathered, it's an online solution. It's a cloud solution, so there's nothing to install. And we have customers that do their own thing with Workbooks, set the system up themselves, teach themselves how to use it. There's lots of resources there available for you to get you going. But we're on hand should you need us in any step of the way. So we can assist you in specific areas of the CRM implementation, maybe transferring data from an old system into Workbooks, or customizing it in some way, providing training for you and your colleagues. And by the way, on training, we can come to your offices, or you can come to our offices. We're based in Bristol, a handy location near Bristol, or we can do it online in a more interactive way without any need for travel if your needs are fairly specific. And we also give all the ongoing support as well. So if you get stuck, you call our friendly help desk and we'll sort you out as soon as we can. Also, we could provide a full, what we call a turnkey solution, where we do everything for you. So as long as we understand exactly what you want out of the system and its setup requirements and training, we can do everything for you. You don't need to do a thing as such. We will manage the whole project for you. So there's the alternatives there on implementation, do it yourself, or we do everything, or something somewhere around the middle there. So in any case, we always want to know, what is it you want out of a CRM system? What issues are you looking to solve? What objectives are you looking to achieve? Are you replacing an older legacy CRM system there? Are you just starting up in business and you recognize that you need a system to help maintain information about your leads and your business development? Are you looking to improve marketing, track sales and quotes more effectively, or improve customer service, or a combination of all of those? So that's the key thing that we want to get to in any in any negotiations and dealings with you is what are the key things we want to achieve, so that when we've implemented workbooks, we can look back and we can see what do we get out of it. We can see the ROI there. We're able to measure something tangible as a benefit out of the implementation and investment. So what is Workbooks? It's a ready-made system for managing information about your leads, prospects, and customers and tracking your interactions with those people. It's a marketing system as well to allow you to send targeted communications to your prospects and customers. Unusually for a CRM system, this is what Workbooks does that many other CRM systems can't do, and we do feature on this in some of our other weekly presentations. The ability to do a sales quotation with Workbooks and manage order processing and also invoicing as well. So there are things that Workbooks can do that many other systems rely on some other application, or they just don't do it at all. We can also track customer service. So do you have a customer care team or technicians or engineers there, or a help desk? They too can use the system. So you're improving teamwork across the organization. So all of your customer-facing people are using one tool, one shared tool, so everyone knows what everyone else is up to. And as well as it being a great productivity tool, it's a management tool for you as well to help you control the business and make better decisions. Now, Workbooks has been around some time, well over 12,000 customers using Workbooks right across the world. It is a UK system. All of the data is in the UK. It's a very reliable system, a very secure system as well. Workbooks has been certified in all of the 6 different releases of the government G-Cloud program in the UK. So it's a very, very secure system. And it is very popular. Workbooks, again in the UK, has won the UK Networking Industry Award for CRM Product of the Year 2013, 2014, and a couple of months ago, 2015. So we're very proud of that. And you might have found lots of reviews out there on independent websites extolling the virtues of Workbooks and primarily focusing on the affordability, the great value for money it is, the ease of use, and user satisfaction. Those are the areas that it scores normally very high in. So let's focus on a little bit more on how we manage our contacts, our leads, our prospects, or customers. So you have a ready-made system for managing all this information. It's very customizable. Shortly, when I show you the Workbook system, many of the screens can be changed by you, no programming required. You can also deploy different security levels. So if you want certain people not seeing certain information or being able to do certain things with the data, for example, deleting records, we've got options for that. You're using Workbooks for tracking all of your activities, your calls, your meetings, your tasks. And with the Outlook integration that I'll be concentrating on today, you're able to share those activities in a bi-directional way with Outlook. So as you put a meeting into the CRM system, or maybe a meeting into your Outlook calendar, it will, in the background, it will copy that information to the other system, the other application. And any changes to that, if you change the date or time of that meeting, that will reflect in the other system as well automatically for you. So we're building up a wonderful client history as we're tracking these activities, a wonderful client history of everything that we've done and our colleagues have done as well. So from a customer service point of view, a great resource to go back to see everything that's been going on there. Also with the Outlook integration, we're able to have all of your emails copied over from Outlook into Workbooks together with the attachments as well. You will see the email in Workbooks stored against the client's record exactly as you saw it in Outlook. The email is still in Outlook. If you remove the email from Workbooks, it's still in Outlook. They are two sort of independent things when the system has copied them over. And also with Workbooks, we have mobile access included. We work with any browser, we'll work on an Apple Mac, and we'll work with You'll have a slightly different login if you're using it on a smartphone or a tablet. Because of course, the smaller screen size, you'll have a different screen layout to what I'm going to be showing you this morning. But that's all included in your subscription with Workbooks. Also, we can use Workbooks as a powerful email marketing tool. And this is sometimes why we need to make sure we're maintaining an up-to-date record of our clients' email addresses, because inevitably at some stage we'll want to be marketing to those people, whether it's a monthly newsletter or promoting some new product or special offer or whatever it might be. One of the key things of a CRM system is maintaining up-to-date details of our customers, our live contacts, especially their email address, because email addresses are constantly changing. So we've got to make sure we keep those up to date in the system. So putting our marketing hat on, we've got a great way of uploading data into Workbooks. So when you start off with Workbooks, if you've got data already in an Excel spreadsheet or multiple Excel spreadsheets, they can be uploaded into Workbooks. We can also integrate with a form on your website. So on your Contact Us section of your website, if you've got a simple form there, well, Workbooks also can give you a form to replace that. And then when somebody fills in their details on your website, that automatically becomes a lead record, a record in the Workbook system. And there's a little bit of workflow. There's some automation in Workbooks to automatically direct that lead to somebody initially via an email, but you can do other things automatically by setting up Workbooks workflow to manage that sales process to make sure that lead is actioned. You've got easy ways of defining your target lists in Workbooks as well. So an easy way of defining who you're going to send that email to. And we integrate with 3 very popular systems: MailChimp, Constant Contact, or Mailer. And what happens is that you create your list of the people you want to email to in Workbooks. That list is uploaded to one of those 3 systems. And then importantly, back into Workbooks comes information from, say, MailChimp on what emails were sent out, what emails were opened, what did people click on, and also seeing bounce back and unsubscribe information as well. So a nice picture there of the responses of your customers to those email campaigns. Now, looking at the sales process, you get leads, you're negotiating with leads, you're maybe then quoting those leads, taking orders from those prospects, then invoicing those people. We can track that whole process in Workbooks. Now, there are 2 different editions of Workbooks. When you sign up for Workbooks proper, you go for CRM edition or business edition. And as a company, you can mix and match these 2 editions as well. So you can have some people on CRM and some people on business. Basically, the difference between the 2 is that business edition goes beyond the quote stage. It allows you to create orders and invoices and credit notes and receive customer payments. So just bear that in mind when you look at any pricing information to do with Workbooks and looking at what your users need to do their job. And as I say, you can mix and match these 2 editions. So in Workbooks, we can manage the whole quote process. We can store our price list in the system as well. You can import prices from your suppliers. If you regularly get updated supplier price lists, they can be uploaded very easily into the Workbook system. You can define any number of different quote layouts. These quote layouts are defined in a PDF format, so you can customize them to give them your look and feel with your company logo and your contact details, of course, and colors and so on. And it's fully integrated with another key part of a CRM system, the opportunity management part of Workbooks, so that you can have on one screen, it's like another dimension to Workbooks, one screen that displays all the information about the opportunity. what sales you're expecting, the probability of those sales, the dates of those sales, and also all of the activities around that opportunity as well, together with, and what we're talking about today is email integration, the emails relating to those opportunities. So we can see emails that we're sending and receiving from an individual or a company, but also from an opportunity. So if you're in your company, if you're project focused, you're managing big projects, big sales ticket items, you can also be tracking the email activity backwards and forwards against that specific project, as well as against the customer there. And I mentioned this already, we've got options for going beyond the quote stage to create orders and invoices. And also in the UK, we have options for integrating to popular accounting systems like Sage 50. So there's no need for retyping information if you want to push information to, say, Sage 50, and the options of seeing back in workbooks information coming from Sage as well. So a nice two-way integration, if you like, that we could discuss with you if you're using Sage 50. Quick mention about customer service. So if you've got a customer support team there, they too can be using workbooks to track service issues. So workbooks gives you a separate screen to track the case or the ticket. If, by the way, this is not relevant to you, you can disable this so it's not conflicting with your enjoyment of using workbooks, but you get this anyway. So you can apply deadlines to these service issues as you're using workbook to track these issues. You're building up a trend of what's going on there. So the types of problems you're getting and how long did it take you to solve them and who solved them? What was the solution? So you're building up there as time goes on a wonderful knowledge base of typical problems and resolutions to those problems. Now, being a manager, you want to know how to use workbooks to help you make decisions. So, of course, workbooks will be tracking activity levels. How many leads are coming in? How many calls are you doing? How many meetings are you doing? What's the outcome of those leads, the outcome of those meetings? Did we get a negative result or a positive result? Did we get an order from those meetings? Workbooks is going to give you answers to these questions. A key part is opportunity management for many of our clients using a CRM system like Workbooks, tracking your sales forecast, your pipeline there. Now with Workbooks, we do give you a report writer, and there's about 50 or so reports to get you going. You can create your own reports as well. You can export those reports out to, say, something like Excel if you wish to. We also provide some flashy dashboards as well, graphical pie charts and bar graphs. So they're giving you information as is happening right now as regards key performance indicators, key metrics that you want to keep on top of, your leads, your support issues, your marketing, your opportunities, and so on. So a great way of helping you manage, measure, and manage situations and make better decisions. Okay, let's dive into Workbooks proper. And as I say, this morning, we're going to concentrate primarily on the Outlook integration with Workbooks. Now, the Outlook integration is an optional extra with Workbooks. We recognize that some people may not be using Outlook as their primary email, calendar, task, and contact management tool. So this may not be relevant to everyone. If you're listening to this on YouTube, this may not be relevant to you. We do also have email integration in Workbooks with a built-in feature called Email Dropbox. So we can interface with any email system. If you're using Gmail or Apple Mail or Yahoo, whatever it is, we can interface with that for the purpose of integrating and copying emails as we send and receive them to our customers. They're being copied into the Workbook system and displayed against the customer record. Right, here is Workbooks then. So apologies for anyone that is currently trialing Workbooks or has seen this before, but this is your Workbooks desktop. You've logged in with your email address and password, and this is what you initially see. And you'll recognize this. It looks like your Windows desktop. So immediately it's got that familiar look and feel. Workbooks is very easy to use. It's very intuitive. Down in the bottom left-hand corner there's your start button. To the right of that, there's a search box. You can type in someone's name or a word or phrase and it will find it for you wherever it is in the system. You're never going to have that lost feeling with Workbooks. Everything is just a 1 or 2 clicks away. But from that start button, here we've got all of the important elements of a proper CRM solution, with right at the top there, the people that you deal with, the companies that you're working with, your activities that you've got to do today, what we're talking about this morning, emails that have come over from your email system, support cases, sales, show me what leads we're working on, what opportunities we've got on the go at the moment, what are my outstanding quotations, what orders have we taken, what are my sales forecasts, my team's sales forecast, marketing, this is for your marketing people, how you track your marketing campaigns, your mailing lists, email templates, product information, all accessible there off that marketing section. Now, if you're using the business edition of Workbooks, this would be particularly relevant to you to track financial transactions, quotes, orders, supplier orders. I didn't mention that in my initial introduction. We can also do supplier orders as well. And there's an option for tracking customer contracts. So in your business, do you have maintenance contracts or client contracts to look after? That could be another element that you're tracking all in the one system. And then reporting on all of this. What's working well? What isn't working well? Well, of course, at the heart of any CRM system is information about the people that you're servicing, that you're selling to. So if I click here, I will immediately jump to a landing page, a window, showing me, and this is a pretty typical display in Workbooks. Here we've got summarized, row by row, all of the people in my system. Now these columns that you see here, these can be customized by you, and they can be different for each user. But as I'm browsing through all of the people in my system, I could be seeing different columns of information. Also down on the left-hand side, we can put people into different groups. So if I suddenly wanted to see all of my Reading customers, there we are, a simple little, what's called a filter here, the top right corner of this window has got a little filter button, which allows me to tell Workbooks what is the criteria for finding these people in Reading. Very simple there. Town starts with Reading. So very easy to create groups or views, lists of different people there. Now, if I dive into someone in a little bit more detail, so here we are. Here's a customer of ours called Alan, and another window has popped up with lots of tabs running across the top there. And this is the main tab which describes the main information about Alan. And importantly, there's his email address. There's his primary email address. It is possible to store multiple email addresses for one individual. And then if you click on those tabs running across the top there, you can display more information about Alan, activities that we've got on the go with Alan, calls, meetings, tasks. But we're here today to discuss emails. So these are all of the emails that myself or a colleague has sent or received from Alan, and they all are there being copied over with the Outlook integration. And then just going on further on, we've got a way of linking Alan to other people and other companies, seeing, let me just stretch this right hand side over here, seeing what opportunities on the go with Alan. So we can see here there's a few projects on the go with Alan, and we can click into these sales opportunities or projects and we can see more information about them. And also running across the top there, there's those tabs again. By clicking on those tabs, you can see more detailed information about that opportunity, including emails. Any emails that have been relevant to this project can be copied over there. So a simple way of seeing against a customer record all of those emails. Now, the Outlook integration is provided for you as an additional optional subscription. The official name of the integration is called the Workbooks Outlook Connector, or WOC for short. The Workbooks Outlook Connector allows you to do two essential things. First of all, it will allow you to copy over selected emails from your workbook system, from your Outlook system into Workbooks, thereby visible on the email tab of the client's record. Secondly, the other thing it does is it synchronizes your activities backwards and forwards. If you wish, you don't need to do this if you don't want to. You don't need to implement this if you don't want to. But synchronizing those activities, meetings, tasks, and contact information between the two applications. So first of all, email. Let me just dive into email here. So here is my inbox in Outlook, and if I click on an email, up pops the email, and right above that email with the Outlook connector, do you see there a very simple button to click on to share this email with Workbooks? So as long as you've got the email address of the client's record in your Workbook system, and remember, you want to try and make sure you've got your Workbook system up to date with these email addresses. That then will find a home to go to. Here's one I did earlier. So this email here, this one is shared with Workbooks. And if I go back to the Workbooks record and I click on my email tab there, there's that very same email, exactly as you saw it in Outlook. Also, we can share your activities between the two systems and your contacts. If I go back to my Start button here, and if I go up to Activities, this will show me now at a glance all of the things I've got to do, or maybe my colleagues have got to do as well. You're not working in a vacuum, you're working as a team, so you want to see activities of other people as well. And also you can drill down and see activities of a certain type. So maybe I just want to see what outstanding meetings I've got. So there they are, row by row. You also have a calendar in Workbooks. So wherever you see activity information, you can view it as a graphical calendar. And in the top left-hand corner of the calendar here, we can drill down into different date ranges. So this information can be transferred into Outlook as well in a bi-directional way. So if I dive into my calendar there we are. There's the meeting copied over from Workbooks into Outlook. And any change I make between the two will be reflected in the other one as well. Likewise, contacts can be synchronized. So if I go into contacts here, there's all my contacts in Outlook. And if I double click on Alan here that we saw earlier, there we are, there's confirmation at the top there. Do you see this record is being synchronized with Workbooks? So any changes I make here can be copied over into the Workbooks system. So a nice bi-directional way. You only type in information once and it's being copied through to the other system for you automatically. So that's the Outlook connector then. I'd just like to now wrap up this morning's presentation with a bit more information on pricing. Now, you subscribe to Workbooks on an annual basis. There's an annual subscription. We bill you annually in advance. In fact, we do have, we've just introduced a monthly finance option, so whereby you can pay for everything on a monthly basis if you wish, including training, any training or setup services you take from us. But essentially, you subscribe to this on a named user basis. So there's the two different editions, CRM edition or business edition. Business edition allowing you to do orders, invoices, purchase orders, and credit notes. We also have these options, popular options for Outlook integration, tracking multiple currencies, multi-company, contracts, Sage 50 integration. The Outlook connector, this is an extra £48 per user per annum, per year. Now, you don't need to have all of your users with the Outlook integration if you don't want to, but but I would say that if Outlook is your primary tool there, certainly for email integration and integrating your tasks and your calendar, you do need to seriously consider subscribing to that Outlook connector as well. And it's only £48 per user per annum. And then standing back and looking at your requirements as a whole, be realistic. Do you need any help in getting this set up? So if you're not the sort of person or company that wants to do everything yourself, or maybe previous systems, you've acquired the assistance of a third party to do that for you, then we're here to assist you in any step of the way as regards customizing the system to your requirements, importing data, writing reports, creating workflows, integrations with other applications. Workbook doesn't have to stand on its own. It can be talking to other applications in a one-way direction, or as we've seen with Outlook, in a two-way direction. And then think about training and ongoing support. Do you need any assistance on being shown how to do things so you'll know how to set things up yourselves going forwards? So there's the basic pricing. And as we're coming towards the end of our presentation, I'd now like to open up for any questions that you've got. So please locate the questions section there. And let's just see if there's any questions coming through. So first question from David. Can you integrate with Apple Mail? Yes, we can, David. We can integrate with Apple Mail using a feature of Workbooks called the email Dropbox feature, which basically means that as you send and receive your emails from your Apple system, they are being copied via an automatic BCC, or are being forwarded when you receive incoming emails, are being forwarded to the correct client's record. Next question from William. Can you import data from Salesforce? Yes, you can, William. Data is imported into Workbooks in what's known as a CSV format, separated value format. So anything that you export from Salesforce needs to be in that format, which is a pretty common format. And then you can use Workbooks, the import feature. If I just close down all these windows here, let's just clean up my desktop. So William, we've got this import feature here, which allows you to import data. Down the left-hand side here, these are all of the parts of the system that you can import into. Mainly, it's the top two. What you'll export from another system is information about people and companies. So there you are, a simple way of starting that whole process off. Hopefully that answers your question there, William. Right, I don't think there's any more questions coming through. So I'd just like to thank everyone for your attendance this morning. So as I said earlier, this is just meant to be a short presentation of Workbooks, explaining the key basics of the system and focusing on today the Outlook integration with Workbooks. But please, if you want to explore the system in more detail, don't hesitate to contact me or any of my team here at Wizard Systems. My details are Tim Wilmot. My email address is tim@wizard-systems.com. There's our phone number. Our website is wizard-systems.com or .co.uk. We'd love to hear from you and discuss your project in more detail. If you do think of any other questions, though, that you didn't want to ask this morning, then please email me those afterwards. I'd be only too happy to go through those with you. So thanks again for your attendance. Have a nice day, and we look forward to speaking with you further about your CRM project or implementation. Thanks very much indeed.